Alex here, welcome back to another video, and today we're back with another mock video. And after my vacation, which was about 2 months, I think the last one was Dunkin' Donuts, but I am back from vacation and my mock skills are a bit rusty, but I decided to make a new mock, which this one is from Stranger Things 3, and I know that people are kind of getting annoyed at Stranger Things mocks, but personally they're one of my favorites. So this one is based off of the hospital scene where Bruce Lowy, I think that's what his name is, he's the newspaper guy that kept annoying Nancy, and this is where he's chasing Nancy and Jonathan down the hallway when they visit the old lady, I think. I've pretty much said what I needed to say, and let's dive into this mock and see what it has to offer. So starting off in the far back of the mock, you can see that there's a brown door, and I got that straight from the Sanctum Sanctorum. At the side, you can see that there's a mini plant, and that wasn't in the scene, but if I didn't put that there, the mock would feel a bit empty, so I decided to put that in this mock. But if you take a look right here, you can see that I used a bucket piece and then just put a stud right here and then attaches pretty easily. It's a bit loose, but it doesn't really matter. And there's a red stud for a fire alarm, and at the left you can see a fire extinguisher, and this took about 20 minutes to decipher how to put this fire extinguisher in here because this mock is a bit bulky, as you can see. On the left and right side of this mock, you can see two doors, which is actually an entrance to the patient's room, and these are clear doors. I mostly have clear doors, which doesn't look accurate, but it does the job. So these doors don't really lead anywhere, as you can see. It's just for the detail, but I think this minifigure is probably the best custom minifigure in this mock because it looks a lot accurate. But if you want to see a tutorial on how to make this minifigure, please leave it in the comments below. Moving on to the front, you can see more ads or paintings off to either side. And in the scene, you can see that there are a ton of billboards and paintings throughout the hallway. So I try to incorporate that in this mock, but which I use this rock and roll printed tile and also these prints. They don't really mean anything, I just put two random tiles together. So also on the very right, you can see a water fountain as well, which adds a bit of more detail in this mock. And you can see that there's a mini coffee machine off to the side. And these two minifigures at the front are actually Nancy and Jonathan. And I try my best to make them look accurate, but I do not have short-sleeved blue arms. But this is what he looks like from what I made it, and I think he looks pretty good for what he looks like. And for Nancy right here, I just used a cape for the skirt, and I just used Princess Leia's face. And I forgot to mention that these minifigures attach to the base via a modified 1x1 brick, and then they just attach right there. And I almost forgot to mention that this whole thing is built using a snot technique, and I did not have a lot of white tiles, so I just decided to use a snot technique using white bricks. So also in the scene, they had like white bars on the side, which I try to include that in this mock. But the only part I do not like about this mock is that if you flip over to the back, you can see that there are a ton of bricks sticking out. I was running low on bricks, so I just decided to put random bricks together to do the job. It's not about the back, it's more about the front, because that is where the main part of this mock takes place. That is pretty much it for my mock where Bruce Lowy chases Jonathan and Nancy down the hallway. So that was pretty much it for this mock, and I had a lot of fun building this, but this took about 6 hours to make, I guess, but it's one of the more scarier scenes in the Stranger Things Season 3. Oh, I almost forgot to mention that this mock is built on a 16x16 base plate. That is pretty much it for this video. Thank you everybody for watching, and I hope you guys like this mock, and we'll see you in the next video. And bye.